My ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. It's a Sunday morning and I'm just about to go out, and I thought before the shops open I would sit and have a look at this deck. So this is Alice in Wonderland. It's an Oracle deck. I'm really excited to have this because I love the story of Alice in Wonderland. I've got the Baba Studios, a couple of versions of the Alice Tarot from Baba Studios. I've also got the Wonderland Tarot that was released by Llewellyn. But I don't have an Oracle. I did have the Jasmine Beckett Griffiths version probably about 5-6 years ago. I bought it when I first went to Glastonbury. But I ended up passing it on because I couldn't connect with it. And I think for me, you either love Jasmine's artwork or you don't. And I think that, you know, I've got beautiful creatures and that ticks that box. I just felt it was the same sort of doll-like characters fitting the story. So I didn't know anything about this deck until Cheryl from Oneness Emporium sent it to me for us to look at during the spotlight a couple of weeks ago. But it's by Paolo Barberi, I think is how you say it. It's released by Lo Scarabeo. Excuse me. In English, it says, jump down the rabbit hole to visit Wonderland and its beloved characters through the original perspectives of a teenage Alice. And the artwork in this deck is really beautiful. Really is. It kind of reminds me of what you'd get in a beautiful illustrated book, high quality book. The box design is quite nice. It's got this raised glossy on matte background for the words and lettering. It's in a 2-part box, plain black on the inside, nice and sturdy. The backs have the Cheshire Cat, as you can see here, and it's fully reversible also, as you can see. Nice size. If we pop it next to a tarot deck, you'll see it's taller and quite a bit wider, so proper what we deem as Oracle card size. So lots of Oracle decks now have been coming out in the same size as a tarot, which I like too, but depends on the artwork really. Sometimes a tarot size can be quite limiting. Okay, so we have a book. It will be in multiple languages with it being Lo Scarabeo. So we normally get around 29 pages, something like that. But it looks like we've got a little bit more. We're finishing with the Queen of Hearts. Are we? How many cards are there? Okay, so we're 50 odd pages, which is a really nice size. Oh, it tells you here, look, got English, Italian, Spanish and Portuguese. It's been released this year, January 2024. I don't think it's been out in the UK that long because these were new decks that were being sent. Again, if you like what you see, information will be in the description below where to find the deck at the Oneness Emporium. And there's 10% off if you use the Hermit's 10 code. It'll be there in the bottom corner anyway. So yeah, so you get a little bit about the story, Alice in Wonderland, an unforgettable tale. It starts off with once upon a time. There was a young British girl named Alice, so nice little introduction there. We have here having a tale becoming an oracle. The most intriguing thing about Carol's famous piece of literature is that it's a fairy tale without any fairy, princess, witch, hero, or spell material usually present in those kind of stories. So yeah, telling you a little bit about that in this booklet. Rituals to do before using your deck. Ritual 1. Oh, you can recite here, dear Alice, I happily welcome you into my life. I'm not sure that's the path I would take really, being as she's a fictional character. how to use the deck, classic approach, intuitive approach. We've got some spreads here. One card spread, it always makes me laugh. One card pull. And then we go into the cards, seeing the white rabbit, down the rabbit hole, a little door to a new land. So it's Alice's journey through Wonderland here. Okay, so that's the booklet. Let's bring the camera down a little bit more. Okay, so yeah, as I mentioned, we've got the Cheshire Cat on the back. I quite like that design actually. Almost grayscale, but the features really stand out. It is a glossy deck, as you can see. I would have preferred it in matte. That's just me, but you know, it's still beautiful, really, really beautiful. So here we can see seeing the white rabbit. We've got Alice here and the little white rabbit with his stopwatch. And she spotted him and she's about to follow him. I mean, look at the artwork, isn't it beautiful? And down the rabbit hole she goes. With a little playing card here. And then a little door to a new land. This is where she has to drink the potion, isn't it? To look at the picture of the white rabbit. She's a very modern Alice, and I quite like that. She looks a little bit tomboyish, a little bit of an adventurer. You know, she's not there in a little pinafore dress or, yeah, drink me the potion to make her smaller or larger. Too many tears. Oh, look at her checkered socks. A splendidly dressed rabbit. Wow. Oh, beautiful image. These cards are gorgeous. They really are works of art, aren't they? The little mouse. His little house. A queer looking party. All the creatures here assembling. Growing and growing. She's peeping through the little window. We have Bill the lizard. Look at the shadows. We have the smoking caterpillar. Interesting then, because I am loving the concept and it's relaying the story, but then as an oracle I'm thinking, well, what would the smoking caterpillar have to say? So I'll just give you a little bit of what you get in the book. In the story, when she finally got out of the white rabbit's house and shrank to 3 inches size, Alice met a blue caterpillar who was smoking a hookah on top of a mushroom. Their conversation got off to a bad start as the insect turned out to be judgmental and lecturing. However, Alice receives 2 interesting pieces of advice during this meeting. The first was she should not get angry. The second was eating bites of the mushroom would make her grow or shrink again. So I love that we're getting the story of the card. It's continuing the story from the beginning of her journey. Then we get the meaning. It's not always easy to know in advance who will give the best advice or when you'll come to find it worthwhile. For this reason, stay open and welcome graciously any recommendation you should receive, whoever and wherever they might come from. Maybe they'll prove to be useful sooner than you think. Key question: which or whose advice do you need right now to help you reach your goal? So I'm impressed with the book. It's always hit and miss with Los Scarabeo, I find, but the fact that they are giving you a question to ponder, that they're giving you a divinatory meaning, because it is an oracle at the end of the day, but also the story behind the card in relation to, you know, Alice in Wonderland story by Lewis Carroll. A girl or a snake? Having to make that decision. Which one will it go for? Unexpected invitation. The Duchess. Look at her outfit. If they ever brought out another illustrated version of Alice in Wonderland, wouldn't these images go so well within the book? Here we have our Cheshire Cat, the Cheshire Puss. And look, a mad tea party. A door in the tree. So magical. Painted roses. And we have the King of Hearts. I find it fascinating that some cards are quite muted, and then others are quite vibrant with colour. It's as you can see here. And this next card, the Queen of Hearts. I mean, look at the contrast there between the King of Hearts and the Queen of Hearts. Playing croquet. Poor hedgehog. The one's like gulping. Ooh. The griffin. The mock turtle. The lobster quadrille. The Knave of Hearts. The jury box. All the different creatures, look. Members of the jury. Then we have the Mad Hatter. The Duchess's Cook. Making use of the ink. That was me. If I was to point my camera down now and show you the mess I made of my carpet, drop in a bottle of ink. Waking up. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. They were my favourites when I was a kid. I loved them. The Walrus and the Carpenter. The White Queen. Look how beautiful that image is. Wow. We have Humpty Dumpty. The Lion and the Unicorn. Oh, it's magnificent. And the final card is Queen Alice. that's another deck I've got, the Queen Alice Tarot. It's just reminded me. Yeah, I think this is a stunning deck, really beautiful. I'm not a huge oracle lover unless it's done really well, and this is done really well. So this is Alice in Wonderland by, I'll try and pronounce his name, Paolo Barberi. Yeah, and it's an oracle deck by Le Scarabeo, and it's available from the Oneness Emporium. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste, and blessed be.